Welcome to our van life. We're traveling around California for 3 months this summer, and I wanted to show you exactly how we do it. Unlike many people, we don't own this van actually. We rented an empty cargo van, nothing inside. We were lucky enough to get a pretty affordable deal on this. All of the stuff that we outfitted the van with, we got it while we were here. We actually flew in from the East Coast to the West Coast, picked up our van, and were able to gather all of the furniture and belongings and camping gear that we needed, other than a few camping items that we brought in our suitcases. So this van is set up for 2 people. I'm traveling with my wonderful partner who's behind the camera currently. I think we've managed to make a really comfortable, livable space for the 2 of us in this cargo van, and it's all temporary. We didn't build anything out, we didn't screw anything into the walls or put in insulation, and this is the perfect kind of setup if you're doing this short term in your vehicle and you want to be able to return the vehicle to its drivable, completely unlived in state afterwards. I think it's pretty cool what we've done. I haven't seen that many other people do it exactly this way, so I'm excited to show you how we set up our van. Welcome to the front seat of our van. This is one of the rooms of our summer house, and we spend a decent amount of time in here, whether we're driving to our next dispersed campsite, visiting one of our beautiful national parks, or just sitting inside to eat dinner and watch a movie. Yes, we can do that in here. We have a number of cool electronics, starting with these phone holders and wireless chargers. This wireless charges the phone and this clips into the vent of the car. I have this USB cable threaded through it and plugged into the USB port. The USB cable charges my phone faster than the wireless charger. And because when you're camping, you don't have a power outlet to just charge your electronics anytime you want. You can't really charge your phone overnight. So anytime that I'm in the car, I like to have my phone plugged in and charging. This is a USB-C cable. I have a Google Pixel 7 phone, and that plugs directly into it. Other cool stuff we have over here. This is a charger that plugs directly into the 12 volt of the car. It has a couple of USB ports. And then this has been a really good battery. It holds about 6 phone charges worth of juice, and if I'm sitting at a library doing some work on my computer, I have this plugged in charging. This is really great for keeping our electronics charged up while on the road. Some people ask me, how can I drive this huge vehicle? I'm 5'3". I'm not the tallest person, but I don't have much trouble driving this cargo van. We rented a cargo van 2 years ago. When I first got in the vehicle, it did feel a lot bigger than my Honda Civic at home, and I was driving out of the parking lot at 3 miles an hour and just getting used to it. But after the first 15 minutes or so, I was driving pretty comfortably. It's not that much harder than a smaller vehicle, I found. It's set up to not be that hard to drive. It has large side mirrors so that I can see where I am. It's not wider than a regular parking space. It'll fit in a regular parking space, and it has a rear view backup camera. I actually find that it's easier sometimes to back into a parking space because of the camera and the side mirrors and just the turn radius of the van. But the seat goes far enough forward, I can reach the pedals comfortably. The driver's seat feels scaled to me. So yeah, this is a big vehicle, but if you're around my height, I think that you could drive a cargo van no problem. It's not too hard. We brought the cup holder from home, and this has been really useful. Whether you have a mug of coffee or an iced drink as you're driving down the open road in the great American West, this has been a really, really useful thing for us. Here's a mug. It's right in there. Very nice. Cheers. I have my mask over here. This is so that I get sick less. It's not fun to be sick anywhere, but it is especially not fun to be sick in a van while you're camping. So it's just a precautionary measure that has made my trip a lot better. This cup holder is so big. Ta-da! And now, check out our bedroom. Here we go. We have a real bed in here. This is no air mattress. This is a 10-inch solid foam mattress under here. And the mattress is actually on a bed frame. This has been really cool this time because we have a folding bed frame on top of bed risers, which we also got here. And that leaves about an 18-inch space under the bed where we can slide storage containers, suitcases, or bags. So we have a lot of storage. Some people build out a whole wooden platform to do this. We're doing a no-build van build. So this bed frame actually is perfect for our needs because it gets the bed up, gives us some storage space. We have plenty of headroom to sit up on top of the bed. Underneath here, I have my duffel bag with my clothes easily accessible. We have bathing suits and swimming stuff under here and a number of different shoes. If you're on the road for 3 months, it's really comfortable to have camp shoes and then hiking shoes separately so they get a chance to dry out. We have some nice comforters, sheets, and even pillows that we picked up here. I brought my pillow from home so that I have a nice, comfortable, familiar pillow that doesn't make my neck hurt when I wake up in the morning. We put all this together in about 24 hours. When we got the cargo van, it was empty. It didn't come with any of this. And we found people who were moving out at the end of the month. They had a bed, and we helped them move it out of their house, and we put it in our van. So that was set up for us right away, and for very low cost as well. I have this little broom to clean out the dirt that accumulates in the van. Picked up a few clothes hangers that can hang over here. This is good for if you go swimming in the river and your bathing suit's wet. You just hang it on the outside of the van. We have one of the only people I know who do this. I've met one other van life person who had an electric toothbrush, but dental hygiene is important even when you're on the road. We go in the library and awkwardly charge these up. It's a lot of fun. This is new for this year. We've never done this before. There's actually a curtain rod stuck into the top of the van here. And these curtains, there's 4 curtain sections that slide back and forth, but this is pretty opaque. We also picked this up at the beginning of our trip, set it up, and it's been a real professional looking separation between the front and back of the van. So that's really great for privacy. There's no windows in the back of this van, so when we have the doors closed and the curtains shut, you can't really see into the back where we're sleeping here. So that's really nice, gives a sense of privacy, comfort, and it is a little more subtle when you're looking in the front of the van. These LED lanterns are really great. They're USB rechargeable. At night, these are really essential for cooking, if you're doing a late dinner, or just getting into the back of the van, these really help light up the room. When you're on the road, you try to be prepared, but sometimes you just forget something. You know, sometimes we stop at Target or Walmart. This is going to be an endorsement for all the big companies out there. We found it's really convenient to order stuff off of Amazon when we're on the road because they have Amazon lockers. So we can order a box to the locker, show up, pick it up. We don't need to be in any particular spot. We don't need to order it to a mailing address. Yeah, so in some places, you know, you need something, and especially if we're in a big city, you can order it and get it the next day. So it's been helpful for us. Let me show you how I build a kitchen in 2 minutes every day. Here's the propane stove and the camping chairs. Our trusty cooking pot, which has been with us on many adventures. Gallon of water, and of course, whatever we're gonna make for dinner. Not many people go camping like us for 3 months at a time, driving their bedroom around with them. We don't make campground reservations. We just find dispersed campsites on national forest land or BLM land, many places where you're allowed to camp for up to 14 days at a time, first come, first served. So we can change our itinerary based on the weather conditions, the smoke conditions out here out west. And we've managed to see some really, really beautiful places this summer. Yosemite National Park, the Eastern Sierras, gone on some amazing hikes. One of the amazing parts about traveling this way, or really living this way, is that I get to spend so much time outdoors. Often I'm eating 3 meals a day outside, but I'm really grateful to get to spend this much quality time outdoors. A lot of times there's no cell signal or internet access, so it's kind of a forced break from the stress of the online world, and I'm only logged on some of the time. I really get to see and appreciate the local ecosystem where I'm living. I enjoy bird watching and stargazing and seeing little creatures running around. I showed you the indoor space of the van, but really a lot of this trip is about the outdoor space that the van allows you to access. And I actually find that I prefer this to hotel rooms, for example. You know, you walk into a hotel room that you just paid $200 for, and you don't know if the bed's gonna be comfortable. Well, in the van, we have the same bed every night. It's very reliable, very comfortable. Cooking a lot of our own food. Again, it's reliable. It's exactly what you want that day. We managed to put this setup together really quickly in a day, and we're gonna take it down in like half a day. So our moving in and moving out process, while understandably a little stressful, is pretty quick, and it's been an amazing opportunity to see the great outdoors in a part of the world that I love. Anytime you're living in a vehicle, there are certain risks, for sure. I just want to demonstrate, like, see this little hole under the lock of the back door? That's actually where someone used a crowbar, I think, in an attempt to break into the vehicle. So this was a really pretty scary incident near the beginning of our trip. It really kind of unsettled us. This was in a city. We drove out of town almost immediately to a dispersed camping area where we felt safer. So it's definitely important to be aware of your surroundings and familiar with where you are. And certainly some places are safer than others. You know, the interesting thing is we parked in what I thought was a pretty safe area, but you know, I guess we were vulnerable to a break-in because of, you know, a van where you can't necessarily see what's inside. People might think you might have tools inside or electronics or something that they could steal. Not as bad as it could have been. No one got hurt. Nothing got stolen. Van got a little tiny, less than 1 inch scratch, as you might say. It was a little scary, but we got over it. We've also seen several bears between us over the course of the summer. They were not aggressive, just, walking around, doing their own thing, eating other people's food. We always keep our food packaged inside the car. This is pretty important, especially when you're in bear habitat. You don't want bears or raccoons or squirrels or Steller's jays to be eating your food, so keep it all packed inside. In places where we have seen bears, sometimes we keep all the windows rolled up because we've seen a bear, go up to the car and the open window and put its claws on there before someone scared it away. You don't want the bear ripping your window out. Sometimes when you're camping, you have to DIY things. My partner managed to fix a bike tread using only duct tape. Similarly, this is not meant to be a van screen, but we created it as such. This is actually a large mosquito net that you might hang up somewhere and have an enclosure of mosquito netting. We brought it on the trip because we thought there might be mosquitoes, and there are. But instead of hanging it up outside the van, we've put it over the door. So there's mosquito netting both inside and outside the window. And when we have the window all the way rolled down, it forms a pretty robust screen. Sometimes we see bugs on the outside, but they don't really get it into the inside. There's actually a product to do this that kind of slides over your door. We don't have the official thing, but this has actually worked really well for us. In a lot of more built-out vans, you might see a roof vent where they've actually cut the top of the van and inserted a vent or a fan in the top. And our cargo van doesn't come with one of those, and obviously we can't modify it in that way. You might also see air conditioners sticking out the back of some of these vans and vehicles that people sleep in, but we got none of that. We're in a really nice climate here. It doesn't get that hot. When it does get hot, we drive up in the mountains for higher elevation, cooler temperatures, and especially at night, the temperature drops by 20, 30, 40 degrees here in all these places that are kind of mountains and desert. So sleeping at night is fairly cool. And then in the middle of the day, we're often outdoors doing something else anyway, swimming or hiking or spending time outside the van. But this screen has been really helpful for getting some airflow into the van so it's not all sealed up. And it's also helpful to not get all the condensation on the inside. It's important if you're sleeping in a vehicle to keep it aired out and dry. Keeping the windows a little open and the screen in the window has helped a ton for that. I hope you've enjoyed the van tour of our no-build, one-day, get the van set up, empty cargo van. There's a lot of really comfortable things that we've managed to set up for this vehicle. The mattress is really important. The mattress is on a bed frame. We have the bike hanging up in the van, and we have a nice comfortable setup to sit in the front, charge our devices, and we have a great outdoor kitchen setup that we can pull out in just a few minutes. Thanks so much for watching. For more great van content, travel content, please like and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What do you think? Is there something that we could do better next time? Got any van tips and tricks that you'd like to share with us and the other viewers? If you're generous enough to make a donation towards this great and helpful van content, my Venmo is @RayCats. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.